till the album TOS Terminate on Sight drops. KBXX.com Interactive for hip hop and R&B in the studio. Mr. 50 Cent.
That's right.
Mr. Talk of New York. Tony Yayo and Lloyd Banks.
Okay, Lloyd Banks.
Welcome to H-Town, fellas. Again, what is this, like your second or third time?
Yeah,
but 16.
Yeah.
Every album we stop by.
You know what? We were in LA yesterday for the BET Awards, and we do the radio junket room where it's every radio station in one building. Yeah. And we kind of have to tug for artists. You can tell which artists are at that point where they're like, you know what, I'm where I am. I don't have to go to certain markets. Right. Do you guys do that? Or are you still at a level?
I still think that you have to, value every market and every space. You know what I mean? So you gotta take the time out to go ahead and do that. Like, if I was gonna feel that way at some point, I would already reach that and not bother to come out now. I could just let them go and try to.
But they're not just on the album, right?
Yeah, like it's a collective project. As a group, we should market, promote it. As a group, we made it. And we should reap the benefits later together.
Okay, now tell me this, guys. You're not at a point where you're starving right now. You have a little money in the bank, rich, aiming for wealthy.
Yes.
What's the goal? I hear guys, I want to know what 100,000 feel like. I'm sure y'all are past that. But do y'all have, no, I'm saying, what is y'all's goal? Is there a certain number that you guys are going for?
How did you start out, like, I couldn't even imagine the financial space that I'm in now. Comes from where I come from. My grandparents' home was worth about $250,000. That was a large asset in my family prior to the success of Get Rich or Die Trying, and I got cars, of course, twice. You know what I mean? So it's like, I have the difference in value of a vehicle versus a home is totally different. Like, you can spend all of your income paying for your home and your bills there, and then for a car, you shouldn't be doing that. You know what I mean? It's a luxury.
Have you been smart all the time? Did somebody teach you that as 50 was coming along?
Well, for me, I've been blessed to have a project do so well that the finances came in, and it was necessary for me to make adjustments in my lifestyle in order to match what the IRS was going to take.
Right.
So once you reach a certain tax bracket, like you get a certain amount of money coming in, the only thing you can do to pacify what happens during tax time is for you to create a lifestyle for yourself. So I mean, come next year, I decide I won't take commercial planes anymore. And I'll only fly on a private plane, and the bill that accumulates from you flying from New York to Los Angeles,
write that off.
$30,000, but it's a write-off. The money that comes in goes right out.
Right. Okay, what's exciting? Forget the money. You rap about the money. You guys rap about what you do. Traveling is fun?
Absolutely. Get you to see the world. Like, I've been everywhere. Croatia.
Wait.
By India.
Croatia first. Stop. Okay, you said Croatia.
Yeah.
I wasn't gonna bring up Croatia because I don't like to get caught up in all the little stuff they do on the tabloids with.
Yeah.
Okay, what was up with that? Okay, first let me say, online, if you haven't seen it, YouTube, there's a video about Croatia when you guys were there, and you guys were sniffing coke. They're in a circle. It looked like stop that. It looked like a dice game, but you can't really see it. It looks like they're down, shooting them up, and then 50 just jumps up and come out to the hall.
What happened is they just, without get any warning, they just let this guy come into the dressing room with a camera, and so we jumped up like, yo, what you doing? And then they took advantage of the opportunity and said we was sniffing cocaine.
But
I mean, it doesn't.
Where do you get that from? Was there anything on the table?
No.
You don't just say out the blue they sniff a line.
But it's an opportunity to do that, to create. They're different, but they don't realize this because I explored the possibilities of suing them for defamation of character because they aired that on a network out there. But what I didn't know is the government owns the network out there, and in order for me to sue them, I would have to hire an attorney that's based in Croatia, that's more familiar with Croatian people laws, and that person, how well would they function?
Be on your side,
out there. So it just was one of those things. And then my business in Croatia is not a big business, but when I go out there, I'll get $500,000 a show. Because how often am I just in the neighborhood to be in Croatia? They got to pay to have you travel across the world to come and perform. And at that point, it's not worth destroying the financial opportunities.
It wasn't worth it.
Market. Yeah, so I just let it go. But they say all kind of things about me.
They do. They say all kind of things about 50. You don't hear too much about Banks. Yeah, I know you had your things.
I'm always in trouble.
Why?
They give him.
Because you seem like the cool, laid back one.
And fed probation, so now I'm happy to be here on this TOS project.
But
Thanks
you
for
seem
mercy,
like
I was locked up for that.
You seem like the one that likes to have a good time,
Yeah.
bag. So why?
Me?
Yeah.
Sometimes I get in trouble for others.
I understand 50. 50 got a mouth. 50 will say whatever, regardless of what the repercussions are. He's gonna speak his mind. I get that.
Yeah.
I don't hear you say too
Look
much.
at what I said when I said that Obama, they should be conscious. Because I said America might not be ready for an African American president.
I ran that back.
At
You
that
said
point.
they might kill him.
Right.
Okay. You speaking
Now,
your
what was
mind.
the difference between what I said and what Hillary Clinton said twice after that?
Not
She
a
said that
thing.
she wouldn't drop out because her husband won his election late in the race and JF Kennedy was shot late in his race. That was just a different choice of words. But Bill O'Reilly will point to me and call me a pinhead, and I haven't heard him call Hillary a pinhead once. You understand what I'm saying?
And I guess
So-
your point was made that it still exists.
No,
That-
it's so real. Even when you go into different portions of entertainment, when you go into Hollywood, there's two Hollywoods. There's a black Hollywood and there's a white Hollywood. You know what I mean? And based on who's in the actual film projects will determine what box offices that project goes to. You know, so if you don't have, I've seen Denzel Washington's American Gangster be promoted as here Denzel Washington and Russell Crowe. The international, they go Russell Crowe and Denzel Washington. Why the switch?
Politics. Hey.
You know, but it's just it's real. If you don't, you know, if you want to ignore it, it's fine, but it's there.
Okay. Well, tell me that's 50. When did you get this acting bug?
Well, you know, I have other portions of my character that aren't being allowed for me to explore through music. Like when I made The Massacre, I had so much to say that I wrote the 6 records that made the world enjoy game. Church with Thugs, Special, Higher, West Side Story, Hate It or Love It, and How We Do.
Will we get the political?
Gave
50?
him that, and then wrote the 21 cuts that was on The Massacre, which was a double CD, the maximum playing time possible for a single disc. And put that project out, and still was sitting there like, when I made material like God Give Me Style, God Give Me Grace, they overlooked it. It was written totally radio ready and got no airplay because they'd rather hear that from Kirk Franklin maybe than 50 Cent.
Do you go to church, 50?
Not as often as I should, but yeah.
Banks, Lloyd. I mean,
I
yo.
do church in my room.
I pray.
I got a relationship with God. I find out how much I need him every time the plane take off. Lord,
Okay.
please don't let this plane crash with me on it.
I guess I'm trying to. How much do you exercise it? Do you take the traditional road?
Probably
You
as
got a
much
Bible
as
in
the
your
person
room?
who goes to church every Sunday.
Okay.
Because if you see them on Tuesday, they're just like me.
Right.
You know, like if you ask the person an official day to murder, if they put out a day where we can just kill people, I stay my ass in the house. I'm afraid of some of these working class people.
Okay.
Because they come out there, the repercussions of what they're afraid of. Because they don't follow their religious beliefs anyway. Some people's religion tell them they shouldn't be sexually active until they're married. And they get their freak on as we speak.
Okay. Terminate on Sight. It comes out July 1st.
Yes.
5 days, 5 hours, 55 minutes, and 16 seconds. It's
I'm
in
ready.
stores. Before you guys go, I know you have to wrap up. Tell me, what's the most misunderstood thing about each one of you? In your
Most
eyes.
misunderstood. I think, like in film,